Do you ever ask your question, what if? And I'm partially joking here because I know that, I ask myself this almost daily, and I know that you do too. So that's what we talk about today, because sometimes we we don't have the wrong question, but we have the wrong intention in mind. Let's do this. Hey, and welcome to the Full Weight of Joy podcast, the podcast for women who are done stressing about the weight of the world, of expectations and settling for status quo, and ready to step into the full weight of joy. Joy in the journey, whether up or down, joy through the life's challenges, and joy in loving your life right where you are, even though sometimes we feel like chucking it all and moving to Bali. It's for women who are ready to step into who God called them to be. He chose you to be in this world. He created you for a specific purpose. God called us to be the light on a hill, and by embracing who you are and whose you are, you can stand on that hill and shine. The best part, when you're standing next to another woman who's also on the journey, the world gets brighter. My name is Tami. I am your host and a master certified life coach and a trained therapist. For over a decade, I've been helping women do just that. Step into who they're called to be and shine. Are you ready, friend, to start your journey? Let's do this. Welcome back to the podcast. Oh, happy podcast day. And I am so excited that you're here. I have had a really great week. It's been a busy, I've had some challenges in my personal life this week, some things that we had to overcome with kids and with teenagers. There's always challenges, right? And then just in general, there's just been a couple of times that I had to make a decision and do it, whether I wanted to or not. And I wanted to share a little bit about that today. And I also, I want to answer a question because some of my clients, how many times, okay, let's be real. Everyone asks this. I ask this. It's the what if question. What if I make a mistake? What if I fall? What if I can't do it? What if I don't have the skills? What if I get to the end and find out I didn't want it? What if, what if, what if, what if? So many times we ask ourselves, what if? The crazy thing is, it's not a bad question. It's the fact that we need to ask the other side, the opposite of the question as well. What if you succeed? What if you love it? What if you can do it? What if you find out that you have a new skill or you're naturally talented in a way that you haven't explored before? So a lot of times we're so afraid of what's possible that we don't give ourselves that permission to dream about, what if we did go all in on this? What if we did commit to ourselves? Then what? There's so many times that when I'm starting something new, when I'm going for something, the natural tendency in me is to wait until I have more information. The what if I get it wrong? I don't like getting it wrong. When I do things wrong, it affects other people. And I don't want to affect other people. I don't want to negatively impact anyone. And so this what if question comes from a good place. And I have a feeling that it comes from a good place with you as well. And if we don't spend time in the what if it's possible, we stay stuck in those what if questions, circle and circle and circle. And they become, basically, it's like doing a negative affirmation. It's negative priming, and it's becoming that subconscious belief. And remember, our beliefs are our beliefs are a thought, what if, paired with emotion, fear, or, paired over time. So what if in the fear state, if we think that over and over and over, that's going to be our natural reaction to something that's different. Our brains search for the familiar. Our bodies want what we know. As humans, we love clarity. Even people who love excitement and surprises, they still like clarity. They still want to know what's going to happen. They want to know the outcome. They want to know the steps. And when we sit in those negative emotions, when we sit in those negative fears and just sit and we ruminate on them, the what if I fail? Then that becomes the familiar is, well, Tami, What if you failed? Well, that's possible. Let's look at all the times that you failed before. And there's numerous times. There are so many times that I have fallen, but there's also numerous. And I would boldly say there's more times that I didn't. There's more times that I soared or I even just eked over and like still edged out, mediocrity or edged out that like just making it. Cause sometimes that what if I survive is good enough. Like, because if you get in the habit of just doing it, taking action and trying something that you're not sure about, you build a muscle of confidence. You build your muscle of motivation and you build that evidence list of you can do hard things. You can do new things. You can do exciting things. You can succeed. It blindsided me when I realized I had to feel a fear of success. When I had a fear of if I got what I wanted, then what? That fear of what if I lose it? It's like, well, Tami, you don't even have it yet. So why are you fearing losing it? What if I had to keep it up? There's so many times that the idea of, do I have to do this for the rest of my life? Like, let's face it, the gym is a really easy example because we know we go consistently to the gym. Our workouts don't even have to be 100%, but the consistency, we start seeing results. And then we stop going to the gym and the results start to fall. Our confidence is the same way. We get to build that confidence muscle every day. We get to ask ourselves, what if it's possible? What if I can do this? What if I can do this and I get to, have something that I want? What if it's possible to have a purpose-aligned life? What if I can set boundaries and lovingly support others as well? What if I can say no? And that way I can say yes to something that really lights me up. What if it's such a powerful question, but we can't sit in the what ifs on the negative side without introducing and sitting with the what ifs on the positive side. And they are harder. It's definitely like when I first started doing that, I would sit and I would write it. I would like take a piece of paper and I would write it down and like, what if I fall? And what if I succeed? And the falling side, there was way more consequences, way more things that could go wrong than could go right. You think about that. Like, even now I'm like, Tami, there's lots of things that could go right. So many things that not just in my world, but if I am boldly trying something new and I succeed, and my kids get to see it. They get to see me try something through, push through something that I don't want. It dawned on me a few years ago, my son, there's things that as a single mom, I try to protect them from. I try to balance what they're capable, mature enough, their position. And I didn't want to elevate them to a point of like an adulthood. I wanted them to stay kids. And when trauma happens, a lot of times everyone has to grow up a lot faster. And part of me, like, I do feel some guilt about that, but I also know that I did the best I could. And I know that the things, there's reasons for everything, right? And so one of the things he said, he's like, well, Mom, everything's easy for you. And I was like, oh, are you kidding me? Like some days, like my core need to do things right and to be in integrity and to improve things, that alone is enough to paralyze me some days when I see the list of things that are my responsibility. And when he said that, I was like, okay, Tami, it's that the hard part about that is now he thinks that because everything comes naturally for me, something's wrong with him because it doesn't come naturally for him. He didn't see the years of trying and staying up late at night studying or doing something. Like I was like, do you think going and putting myself through school as a single mom was easy? And of course he's young. He doesn't understand. Like at this point, he still thought that every time I was on the computer, it was a game. And I was like, I'm writing a 30-page paper. It's not a game. I wish it was a game. I wish it was fun and easy. But I did it. And so I stopped hiding the hard things from them. I would talk openly about, well, Mom, this is what Mom's going to do today. And she's kind of, I'm kind of nervous about it. Can we pray about it together? Can you guys wish me well? Like, let's high five and then let's celebrate together when I do it. No matter how it turns out, let's celebrate together. And that helped me learn to celebrate and take every step, but it also helped them see when you do hard things, it benefits everyone. It's not a selfish thing if you're trying to do something new, if you're trying to start something. A lot of times, see, the selfish part is, you're going to be using some time, energy, resources for yourself. But what's the why behind it? What's the impact behind it? Because I guarantee that if you succeed, your family benefits from it as well. Your friends benefit. I haven't talked to many women, the women who coach with me, the women who I get to talk to. A lot of times they're like, well, Tami, I don't know. This is a big investment and I don't know if I can afford it. And so we do the what if game. Like, what if you do achieve your goals? What happens then? And then what happens then? Because sometimes that investment that we have to make is that saying yes, but the freedom and the insight and the clarity that comes after far outweighs the investment that you made. And that's just not just an investment in money. It's an investment in time. Our time is our most precious resource, which means what if you fail? Well, what if you don't even try? What if you wait and wait and wait for the right time and it never comes? What if you never start to really dream and pull apart and dissect and really dream of, like, envision what this God purpose is inside of you? What if you don't ask him to show you more because you're afraid of what he'll ask you to do with it? What are you more afraid of? Having this feeling, and like, are you more afraid of failing and not achieving something that you could, like, putting some unrealistic standards on yourself and not achieving it? Or are you afraid of not exploring and having, and like, waking up one day and realizing that you have your grandkids and things that you wanted are no longer possible? That what if you wake up and you're 80 years old and you're like, you know what? I'm just going to do it, because I have heard stories. I know of women who start something in their 70s and 80s. And then they're like, Tami, I wish I would have started when I first started dreaming about this in my 30s, in my 40s, when it would keep me up at night because I kept feeling this dream that was possible. And I knew that I could do it, but I didn't know how. And here I am, I wasted 40 years with the pain of what if, when I could have just done it and realized that I could have fallen, gotten bruised, got back up and got going, but I could live a fulfilled life, like, way back in the day. And it may not be exactly what you're looking for, what you're hoping, what you're dreaming about, but what if it's better? God talks about he will order your steps. You take the leap, he will take the outcome. I talked about in a few podcasts ago about taking him at his word. When he says that he will direct your paths, he means it. But we have to take the action. We have to not allow the what if I fall outshine, outcover, if it outweigh and keep us from dreaming about, what if I soar? What becomes possible? What if I can do this? What if I achieve this and I'm so much more? What if I step out into my uncomfortable zone and am able to make an impact bigger than I ever thought before. What if you can? So that's what I have for you today, friends. Like I just want you to think about that. Every time you say, like, what if I fall? Like, give the same amount of time, energy, and thought to the what ifs. What if you soar? When you do that and you start to get that build that muscle, remember, like, think of confidence as a muscle. Think of the action as in the motivation. It's a muscle. It's not just a feeling. It takes action to achieve it. It takes action to feel it and to embody it. So do it. So if you haven't joined the free Facebook group, this is for women only. Sorry, I know a few men listen to this podcast. It is for women only. You can join the Facebook page though, and we can talk about some of these things in the page. But Divine Destiny, and it's Divine Destiny, living a purpose-aligned life. Next week, we're going to start talking about a theme. We're going to start talking about what it means to show up for yourself. Because there's too many times I see what ifs stopping you when what if should propel you forward. And so we're going to talk about that. We're just going to do, like, each day I'll just come on for a few minutes and talk to you about something about showing up for yourself. Like, I just want you to see what's possible when you choose to show up for yourself. So join the Facebook group, Divine Destiny, living a purpose-aligned life, and come and start and see. And if you can't make it live, like, honestly, it's going to be in the morning and probably before I even get ready, just so that way it's consistent. So you're going to get to see me at my finest, maybe before gym, maybe after gym. It's consistency. What if I just get it done? What if I just do it and not, like, try to get it done perfect, right? So come over to the Facebook group, join our group, and let's talk about what becomes possible. What if you show up for yourself? All right, friend, I am going to close this. I want you to have an amazing week. I want you to ask yourself, what if I do succeed? What if it is possible? What if I soar? What if I go for a dream that I don't see how and achieve it? What if I succeed? What becomes possible when I say yes to myself? All right. Coming up, I do have a 5-day challenge coming up in July. It's going to be the end of July. If you want to find out information about it, like, I'm still creating the landing page, but again, the Facebook group is going to be where you find the information first, and you can reserve your free seat. In this, we're going to talk about, like, the theme is permission to pivot, permission to do something different, and talk about my journey a little bit and some of my clients' journeys on when we made that change, when we said, what if is possible to ourselves. That's when big things started happening. That's when confidence was built. That's when motivation came. And so so many times we get stuck in this idea that this is the way it's always been done. So what if you give yourself permission to pivot, to change, to grow, to stretch? So join us. It'll be on Zoom because I want to have a conversation with you. So the mini trainings will be in the Facebook group, but the challenge is going to be in Zoom, because that way we can sit, we can look at each other, we can talk together, and I can really help you see what change and what pivoting may look like in your life, and the freedom that comes from it, the joy that comes from it, the how your dreams can be unleashed when we allow ourselves to pivot away from what's always been done or what's been expected of us. All right. Well, I'm excited about this. I'm about these upcoming trainings. I want you to join me. Don't let me be by myself. And not only that, is just tell me if there is a theme, if there is something that's on your heart, if you have a question, ask me. I love people. I love hearing your stories. I love seeing you succeed. I love when that aha moment comes, when instead of you're saying, Tami, what if I fall? And we start pulling out all the evidence in your past that shows that you actually have a better chance of succeeding and soaring than falling. So let's talk. DM me. You can email me, Tami@TamiMarieCoaching.com. Facebook, Instagram, @TamiMarieCoaching. I cannot wait to talk to you and to meet you and to see what's possible for you. All right, friend, with that, choose joy until joy chooses you, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.